When food expires, we throw it away because it serves us no good. But we don't apply the same logic when we're dealing with family, friends, or significant others, microwavable culture. Everything has an expiration date, whether you want to believe it or not. When someone shows you who they're going to be, you got to believe them. And that's when that expiration date starts. At the end of the day, you got to live the life that you want to live and be happy living that life. And sometimes you want to keep people around who mean us no good because we have bonds, because we have ties to them, because we've known them for a long time, especially family. Family are the biggest culprits for doing this. Family tried to get over and always cling to the family. You only got one family. But at the end of the day, if you harm me or wrong me in any way, then it's time for that expiration date to kick in. And I need to adhere to that, because you could potentially be my downfall if I don't see the signs and I don't adhere to what you're showing me. Because at the end of the day, if I don't do what I need to do now, a situation can occur down the line and it may be dire for my safety, my health. Because a situation now could be small, but it could compound 5-10 years later down the line. And you look back like, man, I know I saw some behavior that really wasn't what I would be reciprocating, what I would be giving out to the world. But I let it slide. I didn't think anything of it because it's family. You know, family gonna be family is what a lot of people tell themselves. And then family got the knife right in your back, and then like, oh, you failed family, right? But we want to keep them around because, you know, the love I guess we have for them. And it's cool to love people, but you can also love people from afar. Long handle spoon, as the old people always like to say, man, because your energy is your energy. And you shouldn't just be giving your energy to anybody if the energy that you're getting back is negative. It's always something going on. It's never happy. Every time you step into your family's home, it's always something negative, even though you try to bring love, peace, happiness. You know, everybody wants to be happy. Well, you know, at least that's what you think. But you always bring the energy. You're always smiling. You know, you always try to, you know, be on your best, especially around family. But it's just not good enough. You know, you sit up there, you bend over backwards for your family, and what do they do to you? What do they do for you? They don't give you anything in return, except heartache, heartbreak. But hey, that's family, right? But you love them. When we deal with friends, a lot of us, oh yeah, I've been knowing that's my boy. I've been knowing him for 5-10 years. Okay, but within them 5-10 years, how many times did he show you behavior that you didn't like? Show you something that, man, maybe down the line he could potentially do something to me because I saw some behavior that I should have went ahead and eradicated. Should have went ahead and cut him off. Because if I don't do it now, that could potentially be my homicide down the line. I fell victim to it. I'm still here, so I didn't die, but I saw some behavior from some people I used to call my brothers. Some people that I would go to bat for. Some people that I wanted in my foxhole. Anybody know about a foxhole? Military term. You know, people in your foxhole, you don't have to question them. They're in the foxhole for a reason. If you had to question them, they wouldn't be in the foxhole with you. I already know your intentions are good. You already know the assignment. That's why you're here with me. But if you can't foxhole a friend, is that friend really a friend? And you got to give people time to show you who they're gonna be. Because when you first meet somebody, that's not necessarily who they are. But in our minds, sometimes when we don't know ourselves, we try to put people in positions that they shouldn't be in to kind of make ourselves feel better, to kind of put ourselves out there more than the person we really know. But we got to give people the opportunity to show who they are, to expose themselves to us, so we can make a fair assessment how we want to move. But I saw some behavior in some people that, like I said, I call them bros. I call his dad my dad, you know, to a certain degree. And I saw some behavior that was just unbecoming. Saw some behavior that I didn't like. Hey, I'm not perfect. But the energy that I was giving him was never the energy that I was receiving. It was always positive. It was always love. And when people do that and they show you who they're going to be, or they pick, you know, another gender over you, and that's supposed to be your boy, then you got to start looking at them crazy. And you got to start assessing situations. Is this a foxhole type of person? Is this a person I can really have in a foxhole with me? And if the answer is no, it's time for them to have an expiration date. Because the longer you keep a friend, quote unquote, around, you over here empowering the enemy. Signing your death certificate, basically. Because you saw some behavior that you questioned. You said to yourself, like, I don't know about that one, man. But you let it slide because that's your boy. You've been on him for 5-10 years. You call his family your family. Y'all was getting girls together. Y'all was back there slinging dice, shooting craps, having fun, drinking a 40, toasting to the homies. That was your man. How could he ever cross you? But he did. Now it's time for him to have an expiration date. Because why you keeping him around? You don't keep moldy bread around. because it's not good for you. You wouldn't eat it. Same logic needs to be applied to the people in your life that is supposed to be quote unquote there for you. Supposed to be your anchors. So it's supposed to see you want to be good, be something in life. Those people, significant others. Oh, how many times have we seen bad behavior in the person that we were dealing with? But we swept it under the rug. So many red flags, so many stop signs, so many red lights. But you did what? Sped right through them. Yeah, I saw some things, but I ain't worried about that, man. I'm over here, I'm clapping cheeks, I'm having fun. I ain't worried about those signs I saw before. All I'm worried about is right now. And right now I'm feeling real good. But see, those signs are the ones that bite you in the butt later. See, hindsight is 20/20, and when you look back, you can say, I saw some behavior that was unbecoming. I saw some behavior that I wouldn't reciprocate. I saw some behavior that I had to really scratch my head, sit down and look at and say, man, I was that bad? Because you're only dealing with the person because you don't feel good about yourself. I think that's why we only keep people around. You know, because you come in this world alone, ultimately, and you're going to leave alone. So the people you have around you in your life should be there to benefit, to better, to help. But it should be a collaborative effort, though. Give and take. But everybody should be on one accord. Because why would you have people around you to bring you down? You could bring yourself down. You could be by yourself and do terrible. That's why I understand why more people aren't by themselves. Because you can be bad by yourself. Why would you get with somebody to be bad? That don't make no damn sense. So you could bring another person down so you can pour your misery on me? Significant other. I speak about it so candidly because I was a person. I didn't feel good about myself on the inside. And how you feel on the inside, you're going to project that on the outside. So how you feel about yourself on the inside is kind of what your significant other is going to look like, and how your friends are going to operate as well, and how your friends look as well. Because ultimately, you want to surround yourself with people who look like you, who feel good about themselves as well. Surround yourself with a group of people like that doing positive things. But when you're dealing with women, same thing. You project how you feel about yourself outside with the company you keep. So if you're dealing with a woman and you have low self-esteem on the inside, well, when you go find a woman, you're not going to find a woman who has high self-esteem. You're going to find somebody who feels like you on the inside. There it is. But then you finally get somebody, so you're happy to have somebody. And it's been a while since you had somebody. Maybe times too tough for you. So you say, I'm going to go ahead and have some fun. But what you're thinking could be different with that other person is thinking. Because, hey, you're having fun. You ain't really having a real serious conversation about nothing. You're just having fun. But when you have fun, things can happen. And when you want to have adult fun, serious things can happen. And it's things that you should be thinking about prior to those things actually happening. But we don't. Because we so the flesh is weak. The flesh wants what the flesh wants when it wants it. And we don't want to take the time to assess who we are before we make rash decisions like this. So we do it. We have fun. But then things happen. Life happens. But then you get older because you know yourself now. And you don't think the same way that you did. But now you have a situation with somebody who didn't really understand you in the beginning and really don't understand you now. But now you have a situation that needs tending to. But see, the thing is, the expiration date should have been put on the situation long before a situation even occurred. And those are the signs that you need to see in people to put that expiration date on them and say, okay, it's time for them to go ahead and get up on my life before a situation happens and you're looking back like, I saw the signs and I didn't adhere to them. I sped right through them. Because those are the signs that are going to save you a lot of heartache in the long run. Those expiration dates, they're there for a reason. But you got to be the one to put them there. You got to see that fraudulent behavior. And the people you keep, and you can't, your family going to be who your family's going to be. But you can also go about it differently, how you deal with them. They want to be nasty. They want to be divisive. They want to be, they want to be, what's the word I'm looking for? They just want to be just downright scoundrels is what I want to say. They just don't want to act right. It's time to long handle spoon. You can hear my voice, send you a text, send you a postcard, maybe send you an email here and there, maybe some flowers, but you won't be getting this space face to face because I can't trust you. You may potentially harm me if you're in my presence, and I can't have that. Same thing with significant others to touch on that. When somebody shows you the door, you gotta believe them. But the expiration date, before it's your downfall, especially friends. Especially, it's 2022 now. But how many times have we heard the story? Man, your best friend, you over there, that's your man's, right? And he the one doing you because he was plotting you on you the whole time. So now you over there in the grave, and you look back like, man, I saw some behavior that I probably should have rectified. I probably should have faded away from the situation. Yeah, you probably should have, because now it's your downfall. It's your homicide. The expiration date is there for a reason. Go ahead and abide by it before it be your expiration that we're talking about. Microwave culture.